In a world where everyone's head is filled with water, Jack was born with a monster standing behind him. If Jack doesn't study, the monster will beat him, frightening him into hitting the books. As Jack delves deeper into his studies, the water in his head begins to boil, and the steam rises through his head, forming a cloud of vapor, the monster's favorite food. When the monster is satiated, the platform beneath Jack's feet starts to rise. At this moment, Jack sees David waving at him, and when Jack responds, David's platform also begins to ascend. Jack looks at David with a sense of loss and reluctantly sits down at his desk. The monster then strikes Jack again, forcing him to continue studying. In this world, all children are like Jack, constantly studying, for if they stop, they will be whipped by the monster. The steam generated from their learning is consumed by the monster, causing their platforms to rise. No one knows how many levels this staircase has. All they can do is keep studying. Suddenly, a bug flies past Jack's eyes, and he quickly catches it in his hands. When he opens his palms, something magical happens. The bug transforms into a paper airplane, transporting Jack to a new world filled with unlimited freedom and no pressure. Happy Jack's head produces steam, which is swallowed by the monster behind him. Strangely, this time the monster is in agony and eventually falls asleep. Seeing this, Jack has a new idea. He tears a sheet of paper from his workbook and folds it into a paper airplane. The airplane doesn't fall, but instead flies upward, entering the mouths of the monsters. The monsters that swallowed the paper airplanes deflate like leaking balloons, spitting out numerous textbooks and turning into small, powerless creatures. No longer afraid, Jack pushes the monster into the abyss. However, his actions alert the rulers, who open a switch, placing all the children at the same height and releasing all the monsters. In this critical moment, Jack flies out a paper airplane, successfully defeating all the monsters and filling the classroom with laughter. Everyone picks up paper airplanes to fight against the monsters, but soon a heavy rain falls, causing the wet paper airplanes to fall to the ground, and the monsters gradually regain their strength. At this moment, Jack suddenly realizes that although escaping pressure and constraints can bring short-lived happiness, it can also cause the world to collapse completely. So, Jack decides to return to the monster's side. The children are bent over by the monsters, and Jack looks at the distant sunset. He takes out the last paper airplane, and the monsters immediately surround him, trying to snatch it from his hands. At the critical moment, Jack breaks free from the monster's restraints and releases the paper airplane carrying his dreams. Perhaps the paper airplane will eventually disappear, but at least before it does, it will have seen the light.